talking with Woody Allen, we were sort of segueing into the subject of, what is it, 15 years?
No, 13 years.
13 years in classical Freudian psychoanalysis.
Yes, 8 years I was on a couch, and 5 years I was allowed to sit up and face him and chat, and it helped me, I think. I don't know.
How do you know, really? That's what it's always the big question mark for me, is when do you decide, I'm done?
Ah, that's a good point. I don't know if you're ever really done. I know that certain characteristics about me are different now than they were when I started analysis. I started when I was 22, and I'm 35. So I have aged. That's something.
That is progress, because
yes,
it's upward.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I can, when I have sexual relations with someone, I can now think of that person.
Rather than
somebody else, which is an enormous step forward to me.
How many years did that take? Where did that come in, roughly?
That just came in last week.
Can you give any pointers to that thing people always want the answer to, is how do you decide who's the right analyst for you? Did you dismiss or interview any and then reject them? You know,
not me, because I always have blind faith in doctors. You know what I mean? They could do anything they want to me, and I wouldn't know the difference. If a guy's a doctor, I go in, and whatever he says is okay with me. You know, I have no expertise, medical expertise at all. So, whatever they say is fine, and I always accept the first of anything. Of course, that's true in all walks with me. When I go to buy a jacket,
sure.
I buy the first sport jacket, the first automobile, the first, I don't have the patience or the curiosity to find out anything.
And you figure the guy knows what he's talking about, even though it isn't necessarily true.
Yes, until he was arrested.
Yes.
Then I began to suspect something.
Did you have you had two analysts? Didn't you switch in midstream or something?
I switched after 8 years. I had one for 8 years, and I just used to lay there and talk, and nothing really happened except, that was it.
So how did you decide to switch then? Isn't it dangerous to switch?
Why not switch?
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean?
There's another way of looking at it.
If nothing's happening, I had nothing to lose by switching. So I switched, and now nothing's happening over 5 years.
But at least it's a different person.
Yes.